I want to talk a little bit about cleaning up the front face of the radio tuner head on my 1992 C1500 Silverado. So I've taken the radio head or tuner control out of the truck, obviously, removed it from the case. And the first problem I had, I ended up with these two circuit boards that were together. And, these are the kind of things that really throw me for a loop. Anyone else probably would have figured it out in 2 or 3 seconds, but I didn't know how to separate these two to get down to the LEDs, to change or to the lights to change them. I was putting LEDs in, and I started pulling on it, but I didn't want to break it. But that is, in fact, all you have to do is just pry it up and pull it apart, and these little pins go into these holes there that are aligned with the switches. I'm sorry, the plugs. So got that figured out, and then you have 3 lights, and here's an incandescent, and these were, I'll show you the package of my replacement. So I got these LED replacements from Super Bright and superbrightleds.com. And I'm not totally happy with them. It's a Neo 5 NWHP. I got the 3800K. I've got 5000K in my dash, but hopefully it won't look too much different. But they really don't fit that well down in here. You just have to push them in, and you can't turn them. And I think it's because of these wires where the connection is there. That little wire just doesn't allow it to push in all the way. But nonetheless, they do fit in there, and they do light up. The other thing is I'm not real happy about the amount of light I'm getting. And I think it has to do with the incandescent bulbs tend to stick up farther. And I'll show you what I mean here. If I turn this over, those are pretty flat, sticking up. The incandescent bulb comes through farther. Well, I'm not going to put it through now, but it's a little taller. And I think, these plastic doodads, I think, are what distributes the light. Just the properties of light and plastic, it goes through. And I think if your incandescent bulb is sticking up higher, it can illuminate this a little better. So I'm going to mess around with that. But if you do want to put LEDs in there, that's the kind you can get. The next step I had was trying to clean up the buttons. Now, first of all, let me say, don't take, there are some screws. I think there were 6 of them that go down into these various holes. And they're 1/8 inch screws. I got a 1/8 inch driver. I'd recommend that because they're in there pretty tight. When I took it apart, there were springs everywhere. 3 big springs, and I've counted 11 smaller springs. I don't know how I'm going to get it back together yet. So if anyone has any thoughts on that, please put them in the comments. But not sure how that's going to work out. But the reason I took that apart is because of the buttons. My buttons are not in great shape. And I wanted to try to clean those up. And also, I mentioned before that perhaps the LEDs don't work as well in the radio face as the incandescents, just because of the height of the bulb allows it to transfer the light easier through this plastic piece. That's a theory, I'm not sure. But anyway, I thought maybe something's dirty back here, like I could come in here and clean something up. That's what got me in here to do this. If I had it to do over again, I'm not sure if I would. But while I have it apart, I'm just going to try to clean these buttons up. And they are kind of dirty or discolored. And I think what's going on here is they put some sort of, I'm going to call it a clear coat. I don't know that that's what it is, but it's some sort of protectant over the button. And that discolors after a while, or fades, or it wears off, and you kind of leave splotches. So in the upper right corner, there, kind of a 2 o'clock or 45 degrees up from that 6, you can see a different color there. What I ended up doing, I tried different cleaners. I had this kind of a tree hugger soap. I don't know what that is. I found it under my sink. I had some hydrogen peroxide. I had some baking soda. I don't remember. Oh, that's my, I squirted some of that Myers in there. Used a Q-tip on it. I tried some toothpaste to scrub on there, some sort of abrasive like the baking soda, just to see what works best. And it seems what ended up working the best. And here's my fade button after I've cleaned it. And I'm pretty happy with that. It doesn't look brand new. You can see around the edges, it has a white line. And a little bit on top of the F and above the A. And I can come in and take that off. But what I did, and I'm just a one-handed filmer here with my using my phone camera, is I took a pick, and not with the point, but kind of just with the edge, I went through and scraped all of that white off of there. So it left the button with a uniform color instead of a splotchy color. I haven't done it on this. Here's a scan button I haven't done it on yet. But I did it on fade. I did it on the tune. Again, there's a little white there at the bottom. I can probably go up and clean that up a little better. But basically, scrape off the material. And I had to use a pick. I had some 600 grit sandpaper. I tried that thinking I could sand it off. It didn't really work. But something metallic to scrape off. Even your fingernail might work. And then, I tell you what really cleaned it up, at least I thought it did, better than anything else I did, is I took this, I think it's, I don't know what you call them, a manicure. It's for your fingernails, to polish them. And let's see, it's called a flash shiner, and it has 3 different abrasives, gray, green, and white. So you start out, with the gray, you go to the green, and end up with the white. And that ended up taking the final layer off, and it really polished it up nice too. Just like I guess they work on your nails. I'll have to try that maybe later. But gave it a shine. You can see that shine there, and makes it look good. So I would really like if somebody was remanufacturing these buttons or had a more professional way of restoring them. But for now, this is going to work for me. So I'm basically disassembled the radio face, went ahead and replaced the LEDs. Well, replace the bulbs, although I may go back to incandescents. But if you want to replace the bulbs, you can. And then I'll take each button out, clean it as best I can, scrape any of the film, what I'll call clear coat off, and then polish it up. And the hard part's going to be reassembling this crazy thing with all of these springs. Not looking forward to that, but hopefully it'll all be back together and looking better than it was.